reason. You don't know where it came from. When it happened to me, I was with a gorgeous girl I just met. I was let's just say my drug business as a teenager was thriving. Okay, I was the man in my area, so to speak, like Anthony Arlotta would say. I had a brand new car, all types of things. Everything was looking up. And just out of nowhere, I start waking up and I can't get out of fucking bed, and I'm like, I feel sick, and I remember I started experiencing all weird things. Like when I could get myself out of bed, uh, I had tunnel vision. There's no bullshit. I mean, I remember being in Staples once. I think I forget what I was in there for. It doesn't matter. But I remember literally having tunnel vision. I had no peripheral vision. It was very, very strange, and this led me to believe that I had some sort of cancer. And then everything else, like Tony Soprano in the Sopranos, when they talk about cancer a lot in association with depression. Depression, I believe, and from everything I've been told, makes you think you have cancer. And I think the reason is because depression, can affect all types of things, as far as your body, your mind. It can make you feel all types of different symptoms. And let's face it, anybody who's ever did a WebMD or Googled symptoms, there's a cancer to go right along with those. It might not be what you have, but you will find a cancer for it. Okay. So you don't understand when I say couldn't get out of bed. I'd spend days in bed. I couldn't even move. I felt paralyzed. And I was in this state of misery. Like I lost interest in everything. I didn't want to be around my friends anymore. I was fucking miserable. I wasn't eating. And it was horrible. And it didn't make sense because, like I said, it came at a time when everything was going so well. But I turned into a complete hypochondriac. I mean, every fucking week I was at the doctor with a different, perceived illness. So anyway, I along with the depression, I began to experience anxiety, panic attacks and shit. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I would think something insane is happening. Like, I'm not even going to say, I'll be made fun of for years by assholes, but you guys know. I mean, you could have such an irrational fear that something is taking place in your body or mind or something that you go ballistic, and I would fucking wake my mom up in the middle of the night and be like, this is happening or this is happening. And she'd have to sit me down and try to calm me. And it just became too much. And I started drinking, I started drinking heavy. I also got medicated, but it was around the same time I started drinking. So if there were improvements, I can't tell you which thing caused them, but especially with the panic attacks, the panic attacks though, like the depression, like I said, I don't know, but the panic attacks, I've been in the middle of a full blown panic attack. I told you there was a story in 2005 or 6, right after that tragedy took place. I was at a catering company on George Street, New York City that I worked at. Okay. And I was out back, I was loading a van, either loading or unloading. I don't remember. Because I was driving for Meals on Wheels through the catering company. They had the contracts throughout like York County and certain counties in Maryland, Frederick, places like that. So I would just, load up a van in the morning, drive to all different senior centers all over these different counties, drop off coolers full of food and shit, warm food, everything. And then hot food, I should say. And then, come back and unload my van. So I was in the garage and I'm telling you, man, anybody who's ever had a severe panic attack, it starts to feel like your heart is being pulled out of your chest. It's a pain that I can't even describe. And the fear that goes along with it, because it's your heart, you think you're dying and that's where the pain is. It's unbelievable. And then this guy, Dexter, who was a severe alcoholic, he was in the garage with me and he ran into the kitchen and got a bottle of this Old Crow whiskey, terrible shit that we used to cook with. And just gave me, I took a swig of it. And it's like that. Panic attack.